Last month, Illinois passed a stopgap budget, essentially a quick fix in order to keep the state functioning. To some, this is a step in the right direction, but to others, it's putting off the financial problems we have in this state. This month, I took a look at the stopgap budget and what it means for our local nonprofits and schools. After passing with an overwhelming majority in both the House and the Senate, the stopgap budget will serve as a Band-Aid for the next 6 months, allowing schools and state services to continue into the fall.
It'll fully fund K through 12, and it'll also fund IDOT and some of the other core services, Department of Corrections, and some social services we hope will be involved as well. The governor wants a more pro-job creating environment here in Illinois so he can go out and recruit business to Illinois so we can grow the revenues to pay all of our bills.
While the agreement helps relieve some money stress, it's a quick fix as opposed to a long-term plan.
Stopgap budget is just simple, short-term approval. I think it'll be about 6 months approval for limited expenditures. So it keeps the boat afloat per se, but it certainly doesn't get us in any direction forward. I think, albeit adequate, it's just not appropriate. We need a responsible, balanced budget, and we need to keep going towards that goal.
Both sides hope this short-term resolution will lead to a more balanced, healthy budget for our state. And they aren't the only ones. Little Friends CEO Christy Landorf hopes our legislators use the next 6 months wisely. Under the plan, social services will receive $673 million, but that may not be enough.
This is 6 months of breathing room, so to speak. It's a guarantee that schools will open in August. It is not a solution. It is not a fix. It is not the very real structural and systemic reform that the state has to have. Without that, not just Little Friends, not just organizations in Naperville or south of I-80 or anyplace else, everyone will fail.
The nonprofit has already had to make cuts to deal with virtually no state funding.
We've divested ourselves of some single-family homes. We're in the process of relocating our Center for Autism, which is on Chicago Avenue, back to our main campus here, both because it's a great financial decision, but it's also a good strategic decision for the agency in terms of having all of our core services located here on our Naperville campus.
360 Youth Services is also feeling the pressure as they have worked for the better part of the year without a certain budget.
Over the course of the year, we've made significant changes to our expense control plans, including the relocation of our counseling office. So we were blessed to have community partners step forward in Dynacom and Prager Moving to help us relocate our counseling offices so that we could move into a space that was affordable and would allow us to maintain our services. So as we look at our plans moving forward, we're going to continue to explore all options to, again, keep expenses low so that we can maintain our services.
Under the stopgap, schools are guaranteed to open in the fall and have been allotted $500 million across the state.
And we're happy to finally know what our state funding is, at least for the upcoming school year. The governor has appointed yet another commission to look at the school funding formula. The bipartisan commission is charged with coming up with a recommendation by February 2017, but we're certainly not anticipating seeing much until after the November election. And our hope is that we will finally see Illinois take more responsibility for school funding, and there'll be more stability and predictability in the system in the future.
It is positive that contained within the bill is assurances that districts will not receive any less money than they did last year, and that there will be additional money put into education to fund the foundation level at 100%. What we expect is approximately $300,000 more than what we received in the current, the recent fiscal year. So that is a positive for us.
While the plan offers certainty in terms of funding for the school year, he agrees reform is still needed.
It's not quite what we had hoped for in terms of a long-term solution to school funding, but it is something that we know now for the coming year what we're going to receive from the state, and allows us to move forward with planning.
Illinois was the only state in the last 80 years to go a full year without a budget. For 630, I'm Natalie Vitale.